Hello everyone, this is Vishal Pandey, your history teacher, and today we are going to start nationalism in India. So children, this is your second chapter of your history book. As far as this chapter is concerned, let me draw your attention towards nationalism. Children, you have already understood that what is nationalism literally means, because in the first chapter we have already covered, we have discussed nationalism in Europe and France as well. So in this chapter we will discuss about our country, that is Indian context, that how and when the nationalism developed in India and how India got its total independence. We are going to discuss each and everything in this chapter. So basically this chapter is going to be very interesting as far as Indian history is concerned. So without wasting any time, let's begin. As you can see on your screen, people are roaming here and there. A lot of crowd gathered in this on this screen. You can see why they are here, because they are very much, they want to facilitate themselves, they want to get freedom at any cost. So this is the power of unity, this is the power of strength, this is the power of crowd, because it is clearly said Loktantra or democracy is equivalent to Bheed Tantra, the people, the gathering of people, lot of people, if they gathered and they demand something, government or a king who is ruling, he or she has to fulfill all the demands of the public, as you have already seen in French Revolution. Now in this book, in this textbook, you have to read about the growth of nationalism in India. So first thing what you have to read in this book is growth of nationalism in India. This is very important. Second thing which we have to cover in this chapter is the non-cooperation and civil disobedience movements. This is very important. Non-cooperation and civil disobedience movements. These two movements are very interesting movements. I am going to introduce these movements before you. I am going to tell you length and breadth of non-cooperation and civil disobedience, that how non-cooperation was associated with each and every Indian, how people left their job, how students left their schools, and advocates leave their practice, doctors leave their job, everybody leave their job and leave their education, and they jumped in non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movements as well. How Gandhiji affected these movements, how Gandhiji was influenced by these two movements, we will understand each and everything in this chapter, which is called the nationalism in India. So these things are to be discussed in this chapter, and I'm sure that this chapter is going to be very much exciting, because you will be able to associate yourself with this chapter in a genuine way. So children, as you can see on your screen, it has been written the First World War, Khilafat and non-cooperation. Now the First World War, you can understand the First World War, which begins from 1914 and lasted up 1918 onwards. Now non-cooperation, which started in 1920. What is this Khilafat? We will understand. It is not an English name. It has been taken from Urdu. So we will understand what is Khilafat And before understanding this word, the literal meaning of this word Khilafat, let me brief you about the circumstances of 1914 or 1915 onwards. Till this date, or during this date, India was under Britishers. So Britishers were colonized India, and India was a colony of Britishers. British were exploring their power, and they ruled our country from the beginning of from the mid of 18th century. And how they came in India is another thing, but we are here to discuss that what was the role of Indian freedom fighters during the beginning of 20th century, because here we are discussing about the 20th century. When I say the 20th century, what I mean, from 1901 to 2000, this is 20th century, children. So you don't have to be confused in the time period of centuries. So Khilafat war or Khilafat movement was initiated by the Khalifas of Turkey. Now, what is the role of Khalifas in India? Because India was, and the whole world was suffering from the First World War at that time. And let me tell you one more interesting thing, that Gandhiji came to India in 1914-15 onwards. So Gandhiji was also there in India. World War was also going, the First World War. And what had happened at that time, that from Turkey, from the Khalifa from Turkey, how they influenced the Muslims of India, we will understand this all in detail, and I'll make sure that you will be able to understand the Khilafat and then obviously non-cooperation in a detailed way. So altogether this chapter will be surrounded by Mahatma Gandhi, that is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, because he has an immense personality and ideology through which these all movements will follow Mahatma Gandhi. So I hope you all understood this topic. Next video I am going to explain you about Khilafat in more detail, and then we will take the idea of Satyagraha. Till then, watch this video as many times as you can, understand the literal things and read it out, that what exactly the Khilafat movement was. Let me give you some hints. It was associated with Khalifas and the Indian Muslims, but Khalifas from Turkey. So till then, take care and bye bye.